Well, hello everyone. You have right here. I'm talking about with Taylor Swift right here. I'm talking about for me, I'm the problem. It's me right here. And I also want to talk about right here. I'll talk about for prizes right here, and we can all see right here that whenever we mention right here, I'll talk about for prizes that whenever it comes to prizes that what exactly is it a good example of talking about prizes, and it's another way of how you want to call it is to where that it's special items and belongings that belong to you. You whenever you like if you want to kind of call it like maybe a score or something like that, but still that I can go ahead and just use as an example right here of talk about for like a concert tickets or something like that. Maybe for music festivals or concert tickets, and so that's why it seems like that you by say you go ahead and pick a music star that you want to talk about. If it's going to be Taylor Swift, or maybe if it is going to be Megan Trainor, or any other sorts of music artists. But if you see right here that I you worked right here is that you're working with the eyes right here, and that you think is toward okay, yeah, with Taylor Swift right here, and want to know that whenever you're going to be working with the brush tool right here, but I'll go ahead and right here, if you can see right there with the eyes right here, but still really when we think about the song a lot of times that it seems like that whenever we do think about that song, by the way, it sure seems that way. It's me, I'm the problem, it's me, and so whenever you do think about the song, a lot of times, that it seems like that, like there's a shadow or something like that. It's like I'm sure most of us have heard the song a couple of times, as to where that I'm the problem, it's me, and like it's me, it's me, and so whenever you do listen to the music, a lot of times that it sure seems that way. That what exactly does that really remind me of, and what does it remind everybody else of? And it's like, does that is this supposed to remind you of anything such as what you call maybe relationships, or maybe getting along with a roommate or somebody like that? And so that's why it seems like that whenever you do think about a song, but still, whenever I think about that song, by the way, that the first thing that I usually hear are like, it's me, I'm the problem, it's me, and so it's like, you think about prizes, and I was just thinking too that whenever I do think about a prize, that you might think is to where, okay, that prizes are pretty much as to where that if you actually win something, and let's just say that the first thing that you may have won back whenever you were younger, of course, was maybe concert tickets or something like that, or maybe you won a gift card, a gift card to purchase to order something from the local music store or something like that, and so that's why it seems like that when we do speak about prizes, though, that it's like, that whenever you do look at that, and you're 102, that whenever you do talk about prizes, though, that you're thinking that with a prize that it's all about the fact that whenever it comes to most prizes, that those are things that you want, right? Whenever you do win, they're going to be what's called the top known big prizes, or like people might say, is to where whenever you do think about a prize, by the way, that you think is to where, okay, that's is that really supposed to be free stuff, or normally it's something that you would normally have to pay for, right? And you pay or to order them, just to be able to get them. But still, when we do talk about prizes, by the way, it sure seems that way. That you might think as to where that if you could maybe win a prize to go to a concert, or maybe watch I'm like, yeah, to be able to watch him live, on live TV or something like that, and so you have right here of, this example right here of Taylor Swift right here, and I'm like just adding a little bit of look right here, to the eyes right here, but still that. So whenever I do think about that Taylor Swift's music, a lot of times, like you have right here, talking about her wildest dreams right here, but it's like, that whenever you do think about that, and you want to know that the times, from whenever you were listening to music and you're thinking this toward, okay, yeah, it's me, I'm the problem, it's me. And so what exactly do you think that those lyrics pretty much mean right there, and knowing that whenever we do talk about prizes, and you're thinking that, okay, yeah, that whenever you do guess correct, for an answer or something like that, or somebody were to ask you a question about maybe an artist or maybe any other source of celebrity, right? And so you're warned toward, okay, yeah, that whenever you do think about Taylor Swift, you think about her music, right? But then also that you might think is toward, okay, yeah, that whenever we do speak about prizes, that that pretty much means is that you could possibly, if you were to win a concert, any concert tickets to go see the live event or something like that, or maybe to go to a show or something like that. And so really that whenever we do speak about music lyrics and everything, and you're thinking that okay, yeah, that it's me, I'm the problem, it's me. And so if I were to, right here on the right side, like I would stare at the sun rather than stare at the mirror or something like that, for how the music, lyrics go. And so everybody might say that, really, that, so if I were to actually paint right here, the example right here of like the sun or something like that, like right here, and it might say that, stare at the sun rather than staring at the mirror or something like that. And so really that when we do think about that, and like everybody might say, if you're going to go ahead and paint, the sun right here, but then also that if you want to go ahead and maybe paint a shadow or something like that, about right here or something like that, and like anybody say, I'm like, yeah, if you want to go ahead and maybe use a little bit of the burn tool for that, and see here. Well, that's the blur tool, but see here. Yeah, that's the blur tool, the dodge tool, but let me see if I can. Yeah, I know. I'm just trying to find the tool. Anyway, yeah, here we are, the burn tool. I'm just going to go ahead and, if I can go ahead and do that here, I'll go ahead and just, add a little bit of shadow right here. It looks like it's coming in right here. Yeah. Put a shadow at about right here. But still, that so whenever we do talk about Taylor Swift's songs, by the way, that it seems like that I'm the problem, it's me. And so whenever you do listen to the song, by the way, what exactly does that really remind you of? I'm like, well, it's going to. I'm like, yeah, is it going to remind you of a relationship, or anything like that, or like everybody else might even say too that I'm the problem, it's me right here. And so I thought I'd go ahead and just talk about prizes right here, because we all know that what a prize is, right? And I'm like, yeah, I painted it. I'm like, yeah, I painted it like a sun, but that right there looks just a little bit like a face or something like that, coming in. But anybody thinking too that, yeah, go ahead and and paint that, like if that right there is supposed to be a sun. It's supposed to be, image of the sun right there. And if you want to go ahead and paint like a little shadow or something like that right there. But still, so whenever we do think about prizes that you're warned toward, really, what exactly is a good example of a prize? And like everybody would say that, prize pretty much means is that that you actually won something. Whenever you win something and you're able to receive something, receive something special, or you're able to earn something. And let's just say if it's going to be a big, something big, or maybe something real special, and anything like that, or but still that. But when we do think about a prize, though, that could we also look at that as to where, if we're talking about maybe for a concert ticket or something like that, and so I'll go ahead, just add a little bit more detail right here for the smile right here. But it's like, so whenever you do think about Taylor Swift right here, and you're warned to where, that, I'm the problem, it's me right here. And, so like, like everybody would say that whenever you do, listen to the songs that you think that, for any reason at all, that, you might even think that, okay, do you think that you would want to go ahead and maybe add your name, maybe, follow, go to their social media and maybe put your name on, maybe for a chance to be able to enter in, for the audition for the concert or something like that. And the chances of you winning is, like everybody says, to where the chances of you winning is going to be more likely or about less than perfect. And the first thing that you might think about, by the way, is maybe going to be that, that I don't think that you would even win or something like that, but still. But on the other hand, it's like, But whenever I do hear that song, by the way, it sure seems that way, that I'm the problem, it's me right here. And so whenever you do listen to the song a lot of times, that you're thinking as to her, okay, I'm the problem, it's me. And so really, what exactly does that mean whenever somebody is maybe going to say that, it's me, I'm the problem, it's me right here. And so that it's me, it's me, and it's me, and I can go ahead and put on here that it's me, I'm the problem, it's me. And so really that whenever we do think about that in a lot of ways, I'm the problem, it's me right here. And I want to know too that you got comma, and then you got these words words that are saying right here. But still, whenever you do think about that song, by the way, it sure seems that way that number one that you're maybe thinking about is to where that I think it was the way the song kind of goes is to where that you're trying to you're trying to like something, or trying to get somebody to like what you do or something like that. Or maybe if the song goes by what's called Taylor Swift singing about the fact about that whenever it comes to oh my Glenn. But whenever it comes to understanding about what Taylor Swift is saying, right? But still, go ahead and try to draw those eyebrows in there. And if you want to go ahead and paint some details right here for the hair. But you can see right here that I got Wildest Dreams right here already right there. But then other songs that Taylor Swift has sang, and you're warned toward, okay, the number of times that you've heard that song on the radio in the 102 that, so if you were to think about the best way of how to explain to somebody what exactly is a prize, what's a prize, and what's the purpose of the meeting when we do speak about a prize a lot of times. And some people might even say that that's whenever you are given something, or it's possible that somebody who's going to maybe look at that is to where that those are valuable items or something like that. Valuable items, knowing that you earn them just because that you're, that you entered the name into the drawing, or maybe if you earned enough points, maybe for awards. So it's like, so whenever you do think about that, and you'll want to know too that whenever we do speak about a prize, and you're thinking that okay, that speaking about prizes, and you're warned to where okay, that is that known as free stuff, or do you want to kind of look at that as to where that no, it's like you call that a special moment and all that, but I'll just go ahead and paint right here some details right here for the special right here, and but still it's like so whenever I think about that song, by the way, that do you necessarily think about that to where that Taylor Swift whenever she's going to be singing that song, it's like it's me, I'm the problem, it's me, and so that's why it seems like that she's talking about is to where that that situations that wind up going wrong, and then you're trying to work them out later on or something like that, and so that's why it seems like that when we do think about the songwritings, and it's like 102, it's me, I'm the problem, it's me, and but you see right here, I'm like, Taylor Swift. I'm just trying to paint a little bit of details right here for them, but still, Wildest Dreams right here, and it's me, and I can go ahead and maybe add that right here up on the top too, if we can all see this right here. It's me, it's me, I'm the problem, it's me right here, and if we can all see that see that very well, but still, the Wildest Dreams, and then it's me, and so whenever you do think about that, and if you were to actually be singing a song, I'm like, be writing a song about that, and at the time, it's like whenever I listen to it a lot of times, it sure seems that way. That that you want to go ahead and tell your viewers what do you think that really means whenever somebody's saying this, to where it's me, I'm the problem, it's me, and I mean, does that really mean that the relationship didn't work out so well, or could that also mean as to where that a reflection or something like that? But still, it's like so whenever we do think about music in a lot of ways, it's sure I'm like, I'll show everybody here that talk about for a star right here. I'm like, if you're going to be painting the eyes right here, you wouldn't want to go ahead and paint like a little star right here. And people want to know too, that why do you think that you like doing that? Why do you do that to most of your paintings right there? Well, I actually find it to be very creative, by the way, just because that whenever you do like if you would actually be painting this picture, is like if it was an actual painted photograph, though, that you would actually paint the person is like if you can actually see their reflection in their eyes, and knowing about what exactly is it that you think that they're thinking about. If like say you paint the eyes like that, and want to know that you go ahead and paint like a little glow effect right there. And people might say, if you're going to be painting any sort of portrait, for sure that you spend a little bit of time working on the eyes right here, because maybe with the eyelashes right here, spend more time working on the eyes right here. For what reason? Well, just because that I really think in a lot of ways that when we do speak about portraits, even if it is music artists. That why do you think that maybe making the eyes look real nice, is real important whenever it comes to music artists? And you're thinking as toward it, yeah, that you want to know too. What exactly is it that they're thinking about whenever you do look at them, look at their eyes and everything? And but still, it's like, yeah, whenever you do look at a reflection, a lot of times, whenever you're looking at a reflection, that what's the first thing that's really going to come to your mind? Whenever it comes to whenever it comes to talking to somebody, or maybe trying to ask somebody, I'm like, yeah, if it's maybe dating relationships or something like that, and somebody's gonna maybe say that, yeah. So if you want to go ahead, I'm like, yeah, with this painting right here, go ahead and give the ears just a little bit of artistic look right here, because like everybody might say that whenever you're going to be in a relationship for sure, you would like to know if that person is listening, and they'll probably say that, hey, that want to know if you're even listening, or if even know what I mean right here, and so you go ahead and paint the details right there of the ears, and yeah, if you want to maybe put any earrings right there or something, and, paint if she's going to be wearing any earrings, diamond earrings or something like that. Yeah, I can maybe paint that on there too. Yeah, paint like these diamond jewel earrings right here. If Taylor Swift were to be wearing any sorts of diamonds or anything. So it's like, yeah, what's the first thing that comes to your mind whenever you hear that song talk about it's me, I'm the problem, it's me, and so yeah, whenever you do think about that, then you're thinking is that yeah, you don't know what the other person is thinking about, but still, it's like you're warned toward it that whenever you do hear that song, by the way, that it seems like what that person is saying is toward it, there was a problem, for sure, that you would maybe think that that's something about me that maybe the other person didn't like or something like that, but still, that what I do know though is like when we do speak about prizes though, that everybody might say that whenever you do think about a prize though, that you might be thinking is toward, okay, yeah, that you want this person to think that if you do win a prize, how can you really explain to somebody about what a prize is? And that the first thing that's really going to come to my mind for sure is going to be about concert tickets. So in case of anybody that may want to know too, that yeah, do you think that maybe a concert ticket would be the best example, like if you were to tell somebody that yeah, if you were to be offered to win a prize for any reason at all, that there will be concert tickets. There will be tickets available, and like everybody might say that yeah, if it's the concert, if it's tickets to go to a show or maybe to a carnival or anywhere like that, and you want to know too that yeah, tickets and audition passes or anything, and like everybody might say that if you were to actually win tickets to go to a show or anything anywhere special like that, any sorts of event, and you might even want to know too that do you think that maybe it's possible that it could be a prize, to where if you did win a prize, and maybe it could be to win the tickets to go to the show, to go see Taylor Swift or any other sorts of music artist, and want to know too, watch them play, or watch them at the concert, and so, and tell you one thing, everybody, that I really think in a lot of ways too that if you did win a ticket, to go to one of these concerts, then like everybody might say that normally maybe they would be expensive, right? But still, that whenever you're thinking about that, and I want to know too that yeah, how often is that really the case, is toward that you would actually win something like that, and I want to know that yeah, if you want to win a date or something like that, but if you're going to be winning anything in particular, and I want to know too that yeah, So if you would actually win something, what's the best way of how to describe that? Its meaning is to where that yeah, you actually, you know, yeah, it was purchased by the company. I'm like, yeah, purchased by somebody, but then you actually want it. That's yours. Just because that you put your name into the drawing, or maybe that I'm like, yeah. So yeah, prizes could be described in a lot of different ways, of course, but it's like one of those where, like everybody might say, that please give me a better description about what a prize is, and just to better explain what a prize is, that it's pretty much as to where it's like it's like an achievement award, to where that it's given to you, but on your hand that there's going to be what you call like to where that are there any requirements insofar as waiting for the winning number, waiting for that winning moment, to be called, like. So it seems like it's like, well, you got to win, just to be able to, for it to be made available, right? And so it sure seems that way, that whenever you do think about a prize, that you're thinking that, okay, to go to one of these concerts, or maybe for the fashion show or something like that, or anything like that, and you're warranted toward it, that if you think that you're winning a ticket, though, but like everybody might say that you actually win a ticket just by playing one of those games. If you were to be playing one of those games or something like that, solving a puzzle, solving a problem, and so like I said before, that especially if it's solving a problem, that I'll tell everybody that whenever you do solve a problem, for sure, solving a problem, that so whenever you do think about that, and you're warranted, okay, whenever you do solve a problem, and most of the time that's usually whenever I see most of the prizes being offered to anybody. I'm like, if you solve a puzzle or solve a problem to a solution, for sure, then that's whenever your prizes will be made available. And so, like everybody might say that, all you really did, and anybody might even say too that if all you really did, just to be able to win that prize, of course, was that you actually you went. You went, you were going to the mall or something like that. Like everybody might say that, all you really did to win that prize is that you actually, yeah. Oh, I'm just trying to move this around here, but solving problems, and quick solutions and all, but still that so problem solving. So it's like whenever you do solve a problem, and So like everybody might even say too that even if you're going to the library, or maybe if you are going to a local music store, and you find something, and let's just say that, like everybody say that if you do see something on that package delivery or something like that that says that you'll enter for your chance to win a prize or something like that, or maybe if it is something related to about a number drawing or something like that. But still, that so most of the time it seems like that whenever we do speak about prizes, though, that it's like solving a problem, and it could also be about, maybe if somebody were to ask you a trivia question about Taylor Swift's music or something like that, about what was the name of that first album or something like that, released on this time of the year or something like that, and so each time you think about that, and you're warned toward it, that how often is that really the case toward that you actually win anything, and do you think that maybe a concert ticket will be one of those prizes? And like everybody might say that that whenever you do think about a prize, that the first thing that's going to come to your mind is that I don't really know, I don't really think that I would even win anyhow, and so So the first thing that's maybe going to be coming to your mind, though, is that, yeah, it seems too good to be true, but still. But one thing to keep in mind, though, is that whenever you do play, I'm like, yeah, whenever you do play a game or whenever you do enter your name into a drawing, though, it seems like that what's one thing that you can maybe tell everybody about whenever it comes to winning prizes and maybe the chances of having this, opportunity, just for that something special. And you probably think about is to where that, yeah, most of the time that's usually the case, right? You gotta be patient on it, but still, that if you actually take the time to go ahead and try to, you put your name into the drawing to see if you win a prize or anything, but still, that each time you do think about that, and you're warned that whenever it comes to understanding about the typical game rules and everything, but everybody might even say that whenever you do that, by the way, then it's possible that you could win, or possibly that you could not win, but everybody else might be thinking too that a number of times that they tried that they haven't won anything, or like there's been a couple of times where you have won something, and so it sure seems that way. Well, what's one thing that you can maybe tell anybody whenever it comes to winning, and you might think it's toward just to better understand the typical game, the rules, though, but still, just to better understand that a little bit more. And it seems like that whenever you do enter any sorts of drawing for a prize, by the way, it sure seems that way, that the first thing that you might think about is that, I remember seeing it in the catalogs or something like that. So the first thing that's going to maybe be coming to your mind, of course, is going to be about is that I remember seeing it in the catalog, but I didn't think I was going to win anyhow, so that's why I did not include that information about if you are a selected winner, what's your information right here. So that's why it seems like that when we do talk about prizes, but everybody might even say that do you think that maybe that possibly one of these days that you could possibly win a ticket to go to one of these shows, and to go to the concerts of Taylor Swift, and just thinking as to where that they say that all you really have to do is just solve a problem, and so everybody might say that well, how can I possibly solve a problem? That seems so impossible to be able to do, is to solve a problem, but still, people might say that, well, there's a way you can solve a problem, and just knowing about if you can answer a trivia question, or like everybody might say that maybe if it is working a puzzle or something like that, but still. So I just thought I'd show everybody here that right here that talk about typical problem solvings, but the problem solvings, but still that. But when we do talk about solving problems, though, that you're thinking that well, for sure that this person is not going to like you, and you may think that they're not going to like you just because of the fact that you cannot solve the problems. There are problems that you cannot solve, and like, I'm the problem, it's me, and it's me, I'm the problem, it's me, and so whenever you do think about the song, by the way, that you might be thinking that if you're going to be meeting somebody somewhere, like let's just say at a restaurant, and they might say that that there might be a lot of things that you might think that you may make something up, or you may just talk about something just to get that other person to like you, and that sort of thing. But in a lot of ways, it sure seems that way. That well, really, that for real, that whenever you do start a conversation with anybody, for sure, if you really want to impress them with something, then you can say as to where that, well, for sure, that if you want to go ahead and impress them with something in particular, you just go ahead and show somebody how something works, for sure. But it's like, yeah, yeah, I mean, that seems to be the hardest question really to answer, by the way, is that if you want to show them something really impressive just for them to like you or something like that, and what's one good way of how to start for sure? And you might even say is toward, yeah, well, you can go ahead and order something on the menu or something like that. Like everybody might say that, yeah, do you think that possibly that somebody might say that, hey, that do you think that I would be able to impress anybody just for ordering something? If I order something and maybe somebody doesn't know how to do something like that, they don't know how to order anything, or they don't know how to get tickets, or something like that. Yeah, they don't know something that yeah, they don't know something that for what you're good at, right? So like it seems like it's all about what you're good at, right? And so every time you do think about that, and you're always thinking that yeah, yeah, you weren't really ready to show everybody what you were talking about, just yet. But like, let's just say that you're talking for Taylor Swift right here. But anyway, but so I'm just adding a little bit right here for the painting right here. But still, if anybody were to wonder that you use concert tickets as an example for a prize, but everybody say that yeah, if you're good at solving problems for sure, and then you just say is that yeah, if you're pretty good on solving puzzles, and then you can go and tell somebody, I'm like, yeah, that's another example of a prize. And so it's like, yeah, so whenever you do think about that, and you're warned toward it, that yeah, maybe you would maybe think that maybe an ice cream, or maybe a special a special meal or something like that, or maybe dessert, or something like that. Or but still, it's like you can maybe think about maybe prizes to the concert or something like that is another way of saying it, is to where yeah, that's a prize right there. All you gotta do is just solve a problem. And but yeah, I'll even tell everybody that you could like I can include on here too, to where that yeah. Yeah, you could you could win $1,000 or something like that, $1,000 or something like that. And so it sure seems that way, that whenever you do think about that, and you're warned toward it, that yeah, that every time you do think about that, and you're thinking that okay, yeah, that so it's like if all you really have to do is just solve a few problems or so, or if anything, yeah, something like that. See here. What do you think? Now, go ahead and use another type right there. Yeah, I can just use that for right now. But anyway, yeah. So if that right there was supposed to be like an advertisement or something like that, like anybody say that yeah, for your chance to win $1,000, and you just got to follow these rules right here or something like that, and people might say, yeah, number one, if you're able to solve a few problems within, I'm like, yeah, and I can just real quick, just add right here that five five 5 out of 5. So like, let's just say if it's five, 5 and 5 right there, or something like that. People might say that, okay, I'm trying to understand here, but I'm like, yeah, it's 5 out of 5, meaning that if you're able to solve 5 minutes, 5 problems within 5 minutes or something like that, for your chance to win a prize or something like that. So it's like every time you do think about that, it's like, yeah, it sounds too good to be true or something like that, but still. But let's just say if that was the case, anybody that may want to know too that you start talking about something, and you want to know too that really, what is a good example of a prize? And you're thinking that, yeah, prize is another example of just to show somebody that if you go ahead and text this code to this number within this certain time or something like that, you could win a prize. So let's just say, if somebody were to maybe say that maybe 5 and 5, like the winning number or the ticket number or something like that is 5 or something like that, you text that to this number or something like that, for your chance to win the prize, and you wait until the time, to be able to win the prize. And somebody might say, 5 and 5 right here, and 5 and 5, and by 5 p.m. or something like that. So like people might say that, that right there is supposed to be your clue right here for 5 and 5 at 5 p.m. right here. So really, I'm like, I don't really, I'm like, I'm not no radio host, but let's just say that if a clue was provided right here, or like this right here was supposed to be an advertisement or something like that, and it'll be like 5 and 5 right here, and 5 o'clock right here. So it's like that right there is supposed to be like any sort of clue or something like that. You want to know too that here are the directions right here for the rules of the game or something like that. But still. But when we do think about music, though, that it's like a lot of times whenever I listen to the radio, that a lot of the questions that they do ask their listeners are like, about what year did that album come out, and then who is the music artist to that song, and so it's like, about where did they play during the live? I'm like, did the music a live concert or something like that? But so it's me, I'm the problem, it's me right here. And so whenever you do think about that, and you're thinking that what do you think that song pretty much means right there? And we might even say that it pretty much means is to where it's a little bit has to do with the relationship, for real. But people might say that staring at the mirror and then thinking about like staring at the sun and then looking in the mirror or something like that. But still, but on the other hand, that whenever we do speak about prizes, though, it's like people might say that what is the chances that you're going to win that prize? And people might say that really, what are the directions if you don't win the prize, and what are the directions if you do win the prize or something? But still, that what would anybody encourage me to think about that is to where whenever you do think about prize, that you spend just a little bit of time just to understand a little bit about what it is. Like everybody say that enter for a chance to win a prize, but that the first thing that you think about for sure is that solving a problem. And whenever you do solve a problem, there's a better. I think that there will be a better chance that you could win something. Whenever you do solve a word problem to a puzzle or something like that, or solve a mystery story or something, and so anybody might even say that you would have a good chance of winning something if you could solve a problem. And so I look at that like, talk about for solving a problem and talk about prizes, and people might say that, so if you were to win a prize for sure, that what do you think that you would win? And do you think that you would be able to pick it out? And but still. But on the other hand, it's like that when it talks about that, it's me, I'm the problem, it's me. It's me, I'm the problem, it's me. And so really, that whenever you do think about Taylor Swift songs, by the way, that the first thing that's going to be coming to my mind, of course, is I think I'm going to be thinking about a few college students. A few college students that are just thinking about that they're just talking about stuff, and then they just start talking about the things that they're good at, and maybe the things about their dreams and stuff, the things that they dream about doing and all that. But still. But in a lot of ways, you're thinking that, that whenever you do think about a prize, that you might think that, normally you see, maybe I'm like, yeah, maybe you win candy, or maybe if you do, if you do win, maybe I'm like, yeah, you might even want to know too that any prizes that you've had won in the past before, and you're 102, it wasn't really nothing really big. But let's just say that, people might say that, if you do win a prize, and let's just say if it's the concert tickets, to go to a show, and want to know that, hey, that you win concert tickets to go to a show, man. But, so yeah, so it's like, yeah, do you feel proud? Do you think that you probably would feel proud if you could win some concert tickets to go to a show? And want to know if one of these music artists was going to be in town, and want to know too that, hey, that they're going to be performing live, in Chicago or in St. Louis, or anywhere elsewhere, Los Angeles, and want to know too that, hey, that yeah, they're going to be performing live, if you want to go see them. And so it's like, yeah, whenever you do think about these music artists, by the way, that you're by thinking that you usually listen to them on the radio, but they'll say that, yeah, they offer prizes. And so it's like, yeah, you just wait for your winning number to be called, and then for a chance to win a prize. And but anyway, but I thought I'd go ahead and talk about that right here. I'll talk about for Taylor Swift right here, and Wildest Dreams, and other songs that she sang. And want to know too that, yeah, what exactly is it that's coming to your mind whenever you do think about prizes? And I just think about that more about solving problems. But people might say that, yeah. So whenever you do think about a prize, could that also mean as toward that, somebody's offering to take care of something, somebody's offering to buy you something or something like that. But, with that being Christmas time, it sure seems that way. That everybody else would say that, yeah, you think about prizes though, and you might think that, it's free stuff. That's what you're talking about. But it's like, well, it's a reward, right? But on the other hand, talk about for prizes, right? Anyway, thanks for watching, everyone, and have a great day.